AgostoAllElite podcast. This is Richie, my co-host Noah. Today we're going to review Dynamite Rampage, AEW coming to Canada and Japan soon. Bruce is now interim head of talent relations, while Laurinaitis was placed on administrative leave, and more. Let's go to the Dynamite card. It's going to be Will Ospreay, Aussie Open versus Orange Cassidy and Roppongi Rice. The All-Atlantic Championship qualifier, Penta versus Malachi Black. We got Silas Young versus Hangman, Maria Sheffer versus Tony Storm, Jericho Archer versus Moxley and Tanahashi. Let's start with Bryan Danielson's promo.
I'm not liking the injury curse. It just strikes again every single. It's every June. If you look at it, every month of June every year, that's when injuries come. I'm sad that Bryan Danielson is injured, but I'm actually curious to see who replaces him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's rumors going around from multiple people, so who knows who it will be, but I bet it'll be really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sad that he's out for the rest of the year.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Bryan Danielson, he overhyped who's going to take his place at the Forbidden Door and the Blood and Guts match. It's going to be more likely Claudio, Cesaro, is going to take his place.
I don't think so. I think it's going to be Jonathan Gresham. That's my guess. Either that or Johnny Gargano, but I guess we'll see.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Going
into the Ospreay Aussie Open match, though, this match was a really good match. I don't know, and even though one of the Aussie Open guys got pinned, I don't know why they have Ospreay lose the Wednesday before the pay-per-view. I mean, the reason I say that's because, he's the IWGP US champ going into Sunday. Why would you have him lose the six-man tag? But, I mean, looking back at it, one of the Aussie Open guys did get pinned. So, I mean, I just think that the match Sunday will be really good between Ospreay and Cassidy. It's going to be super slept on, but it's going to be really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the post-match, we got Cobb, O'Connor walk out to join that United Empire Buddies Ospreay crew. That led to FTR of Doc Harwood, Cash Wheeler making their way out for the save. It was 5 guys in the ring, then Ospreay's group bailed to the floor. So the FTR guys are in a tag title match at Forbidden Door. So that's why he went out there face off with Cobb and Khan, who are part of Ospreay's group. That makes sense.
Yep, it does make sense. Alright, so I'm pretty sure the next segment was the Christian Cage segment.
Mm-hmm.
And this was something else. Christian just went off on Jungle Boy here. I don't know, he said some stuff in there that I was cringing. It was like, whoa. But anyway, so I love the possibility of Luchasaurus being Christian's mouthpiece. Not mouthpiece, but Christian being Luchasaurus' manager. That would be pretty cool. I mean, wouldn't you love to see a Luchasaurus without
That'd be cool. That'd be nice too.
Yeah. They're definitely Christian and Jungle Boy, but we could get a Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus match.
Yeah. Then we had the Jay Lethal, Simon Singh, and Sonny Dutt promo. Jay ripped on Samoa Joe for not being at work again. Jay said Joe should tape up the shoulder and defend the title against Jay or vacate the title because the clock is ticking. And honestly, that feud is still going on. I guess so. Lethal barely wrestles on AWT while his rivalry with Joe has gone on for a long time now.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, honestly, well, I hope that Ring of Honor pay-per-view in July will clear things up and pretty much end the feud. I'm hoping.
Yeah, and Joe can move on to something else.
Yeah, as more on the Christian promo thing, he made some comments about Jungle Boy's mom and sister about last week when he's a racist piece of shit. And then from Christian, they talked about his father in a bad way since his father, Luke Perry, died. And now it's going to run to get heat for Christian, which it worked. And then in the egg segment, like we had Luchasaurus, we already heard already, was conflicted in the ring as he worked away without hurting Christian. So I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, it's definitely setting up. Yeah. Next up, I'm pretty sure it's the Penta Malachi. This match, amazing. I loved every minute of it. These two have great chemistry. They work well together. Malachi wins. I predict Malachi Black to win the title. That's who I win.
Yeah, it's pretty much gonna happen.
Who's your pick to win the 4-way?
I see Miro winning the 4-way.
I think people are sleeping on Malachi Black.
Yeah.
People are also sleeping on Pac.
Yeah.
But we all know that Tomohiro Ishii is not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways, though.
So we also got a clip from Rampage where Darby Allin hit the coffin drop in the steel chair by Fisher's leg. If because Finn came back when to help Allin win the match. It goes with the Bucks, with the tag champions, with Kyle O'Reilly by the side. The Bucks said they will be a part of the Forbidden Door. Kyle's talking about their revenge on staying Darby Allin. Anyway, they'll be part of the another tag team match on the Forbidden Door card. This was pretty good. Like the segment was good. It sets up the segment with the
Okay.
when do we continue on from?
We were talking about Malachi and Penta in the 4-way.
Okay. No, actually, we were talking about the Bucks. It was like the Bucks in the promo. I remember.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Okay. So here's what I think about the Bucks promo. Right. I feel like they should have been at Forbidden Door, but I should have been defending the tag titles against a team from New Japan.
Yeah.
But I am happy with this 4-on-4 match they created. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. I think that, of course, right now Darby and Sting mystery partners. You'll figure that out later on who they are, but they have mystery partners for who will team up with them to take on the Young Bucks, Hikuleo, and I'm forgetting. Young Bucks, Hikuleo, and El Fantasma. There it is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it'll be a good match. They're doing the Japan style, a bunch of multi-man matches, and that's a really good way to do it. So pretty good.
Yeah.
Anyways, so next up, we have Hangman beating Silas Young. What did you think of this?
It was a pretty good. It was a solid match. The announcer did try to put over Silas, but we knew Paige was winning here. Young is a talented veteran wrestler. I don't know why they want to bring him in. We have 50+ people backstage or on TV that could be on the spot. That's what AEW does sometimes. I'm sure wrestlers are there every week thrilled to have a 2-minute match on YouTube instead.
So, as I was saying, Hangman Rampage beats Silas Young in a really good match. I love that they showcased Silas Young on the show. I think that Silas Young is a good veteran to put over people, and he showed it here. Of course, after the match, Jay White came out, or Adam Cole came out first, but then Jay White came out, and Jay White said that Adam Cole couldn't get a title shot at Forbidden Door because he lost to Hangman twice. But Hangman also couldn't get a title shot because he was drunk. So, then Jay White, Adam Cole started beating down Hangman. Okada comes out, saves Hangman from the fight. We have a fatal 4 right now at the Forbidden Door. What do you think of this?
Yeah, I figured this is gonna be a fatal 4 for the Forbidden Door for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Jay White. We have Okada make his debut on Dynamite. So basically, I don't know who of the 4 is gonna win. Most of it's gonna be like Jay White to retain, but I feel like Okada's gonna win back the title.
Yeah, Okada's gonna win back the title, but that's just me. Next up, oh my god. I'm pretty sure next up is another promo. Wait, no. What's next? What went on?
Well, it was a Jay Cargill group that was interviewed by Coach Shabbat.
Sorry, I'm forgetting the order of the stuff when it went on. Yes, Jade Cargill.
They mentioned
They're trying to find new baddies.
Yeah.
Who do you think would be a baddie?
Like, it could be anybody. Like, it could be any town that could join the baddies.
I think there's a chance that Sasha Banks could shock the world and become a baddie. I'm joking. I'm just playing around. Anyways, though, this promo was a good promo. Jade Cargill is so good on the mic; it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And she's only going to get better from here. So, really, just a really good promo.
Yeah. So let's see. Then we got the duo of Chris Stanley and Athena, everybody by Tony Schiavone. They mocked the baddie search. They spoke about how Jay could do a baddie search, but they have a friend in Widow Nightingale. I don't know what the point is other to set up some match in the future, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure they're going to do Chris and Athena versus Kira and Velvet, and then soon they're going to do Jade versus both ladies, and soon Jade will lose to one of them, I think. I think that's going to happen. But anyways, though, who do you think is going to be the one to finally dethrone Jade Cargill if it is one of these two ladies?
Jade Cargill. I see Chris Stratlander will be the one to dethrone her, because most likely, like, Jade Cargill is gonna beat Athena to retain the TBS championship in a future title match.
Yes, I agree with you. 100% agreed.
Yeah.
I just think that I really want to see. I really want to see how Chris Statlander and Jade Cargill do, and if they have chemistry together. That's what I want to see.
All right. Now we got Tony Stark versus Maria Sheffer with Nyla Rose. This was just an average match. It wasn't interesting. It was a typical women's match in Dynamite, getting the same amount of time nearly every week, having an obvious result. Storm's in the title match on Forbidden Door, while Sheffer is doing okay, but she doesn't get a crowd reaction. During the post-match, Rose and Sheffer had tried a double team attack on Storm. Thunder Rosa made the same. With the AEW Women's title in her hands, Rosa kicks Sheffer out of the ring. They work together to take out Rose, with Storm hitting Rose with the title. Storm handed Rose the title back, and they had a stare down.
This was really good. I loved this. I love this type of wrestling. I personally think it was a really good match. I'm really looking forward to Thunder Rosa Tony Storm. I feel like that's going to be a very good match. Marina Shafir needs to get off TV for a couple weeks because she's been on it every single week for a while. But, I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm looking forward to the match at Forbidden Door.
Yeah. We have the Darby Allin Sting did a promo with Darby saying they'll have Shingo Hiromi join them. Sting said it was a showtime. I don't know if Sting even know the guys on the team on Young Bucks team, but he's ready. He sure is.
Yes. And they're calling themselves dudes with attitudes.
Yeah.
Shingo, Hiromu, Darby, Sting. Really good combination here.
Yeah.
Who do you? I think dudes with attitudes are definitely going to get away with the win here. I also think that El Phantasmo, Bucks, Hikuleo. I'm pretty sure that the only reason they would give the belts to, Christian did a turn on Jurassic Express, and I'm going to spin it while Young Bucks beat him. This match is going to be really good. I think Shingo, Hiromu, and Darby is a great combination, and I want to know how Sting works with all of them.
Okay. All right. Now we talk about the Rampage card for Friday. So let's talk about it. We have Andrade Idolo versus Ray Phoenix. They take promos from both guys. This will be great. We had Hook versus DCK from New Japan. We had Serena D, Mercedes in tag team action. Then we had the main event, Cash Wheeler versus Jeff Cobb. So what do you think of those Rampage match cards?
Well, obviously Andrade and Lucha Brothers can't work Forbidden Door, so I'm really happy they're showcasing them on stage. I think it's really cool. I also think that I love the cards they put on for every week. I personally think Rampage is the best hour of television you'll find every week, just because of the fact that you won't get the best matches, but you also won't get the worst matches. You'll get good fight feel matches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to this Friday.
Yeah. So they had a rundown of the Forbidden Door lineup. It was a bit too fast for this, but like any person to try to watch, understand because Excalibur speaks so quickly. We had the main event. It's not the main event, but like the IWGP World Title match is we all know now fair four-way with Jay White defending versus Okada, Hangman, and Adam Cole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel four-way is gonna make it Forbidden Door. I personally think that the interim AEW title match will go on right before the main event. But yeah. Now I'm pretty sure it's main event time.
Yeah.
On Dynamite, and on Dynamite we had Jon Moxley, Hiroshi Tanahashi versus Lance Archer, and Minoru Chris Jericho. I mean, Chris Jericho and Lance Archer versus Jon Moxley and Hiroshi Tanahashi. This match, I love this match. You know why? I love Jon Moxley and Hiroshi Tanahashi's chemistry. I think that they're gonna work really well together in their interim title match. I think they're gonna work really well together after the interim title match. Because let's be honest, they're gonna have a bunch of more matches after this. Because they can't just have one and call it done. There has to be more. So I mean, I think that this is really good. You saw a little bit of their chemistry in that Fatal 4-Way for the U.S. title. But yeah.
Yeah, and during the post match, it was like a chaotic brawl. It was like
Yep.
chaotic brawl.
Yep, we had a chaotic brawl to end the show. I am after Dynamite ended. I am very much looking forward to Forbidden Door. It is a way better card than it was yesterday.
Yeah. Mhm.
Any
Yes.
so looking forward to Rampage. Looking forward to Forbidden Door. Looking forward to what he has next for us after Forbidden Door.
Yeah. Mhm. Now we go to the news. Now, like we go to the news. Let's start with for the news for after Dynamite. Okay. Jeff Cobb said he's happy that ROH had a live platform where they can showcase some new stars. He is also happy that Ring R's legacy continues to live and grow. So he talks about how he spent a year and a half at Ring of Honor, and he's actually humbled, happy that Joey Khan purchased Ring of Honor. He's gonna have a new home with AEW, so it's great. So what do you think about that?
I mean, I could possibly see Jeff Cobb going to Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
I really loved his time in Ring of Honor. He was a great great television champion. I feel like he showcased a lot there. Of course, he did lose to Punisher Martinez, then left Ring of Honor. I personally think that him buying Ring of Honor is good for a lot of people.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good thing. So let's get
Yeah,
to the news, like with Tony Khan and the Canada deal, and also that he's gonna hold a tournament in Japan someday. He wanted to.
yeah. He wants to hold a tournament in Japan. I feel like that could be very, very cool. I personally think that a tournament in Japan would showcase a lot of Japan people.
Yeah.
Like I said, maybe even next year Forbidden Door he might do it. Because like I'm hearing stuff that's saying next year's Forbidden Door will be in the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, and he also talked about holding shows in Canada soon, so that's
Yep.
good too.
Yep. He's trying to explore the world. I say give it 2, 3, maybe even 5 years before he gets house shows going for AEW.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. So now we go to the from Booker T's comments on Adam Cole, and it led to Hangman defending Adam Cole from Booker T's comments. Booker T talks about like talks about his uncle's weight and why he doesn't have muscle in him. And then
Dang.
yeah, Booker T he was talking about like a take on Cole's weight, and he was too short, he was too skinny. That's what Booker T said. And then we got a top after Hangman Page, who said the word, "I hope and when I'm old and retire, I won't lower myself to some shit ass podcast where I trash the younger generation that just chasing the same fortune as a wrestling that afforded me." Page had tweeted.
Wow. But I mean, it has been noticed since he left NXT that Adam Cole has been losing some muscle, but I wouldn't go that far. I mean, Jesus. Booker T needs to calm down a little bit.
Yeah, unfortunately, Booker T is basically WWE's personal. I don't know if I could say Uncle T, because you're okay with saying Uncle T.
Yeah, I would say that.
All right, yeah, he's basically Uncle Tom for WWE. Booker T is basically WWE's Uncle Tom.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah.
But anyways, though, I mean, Booker T was wrong about that. I'm glad that someone came out to stick up for Adam Cole.
Well, there's more on Booker T's. Like, he questions where AEW would be a good fit for Sasha Banks. So like Booker T said the words, is that basically says that Sasha Banks shouldn't go to AEW, which Booker T said like she'd be okay as far as Tony Khan make a phone call, quick call. He says, "I know people are gonna take this wrong way, but I don't know if AEW is the place for Sasha Banks." He says, "After Sasha go and work Baker, where did you go from there?" Booker T questions what. That's what I'm saying. I'm not throwing shade on Thunder Rosa. Now the Rosa ain't these girls.
I mean, I don't think Sasha Banks will go to AEW because she's going to become a Hollywood star. So, I mean, I kind of agree from there, but I mean, he shouldn't, assume stuff.
Yeah.
Again, sticking up for Vince.
Yeah. So we also have the Fightful injuries. What happened? AEW injury updates. We have
There's
Lee
way.
Johnson's been out since May with a knee injury. Likely won't wrestle for the remainder of summer. Matt Hardy might be injured at his Triple H Mania match. He has some major swelling on his knee. Trevor hasn't heard any update on the severity. We got Rebels. We already know that Brian Sanson is going to be, once the medical clear, will be out for Forbidden Door and bad blood and guts. And we got AEW source told Fightful that Darius Martin will hopefully be back by the end of the year, but that's hardly a guarantee.
There is way too many injuries going on right now, not just in AEW, but in other places. In WWE, we have a bunch of injuries in WWE happening too.
Yeah.
3 of their top stars is injured right now. One of them also is part-timer who doesn't show up. So I mean, they're tough right now too. But I mean, there's way too many injuries going on right now, and this needs to stop. And I'm hoping when June ends, it calms down a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
And we got Bruce Pritchard is now interim head of talent relations. Like, John Laurinaitis was now placed on administrative leave, and we heard that Laurinaitis' WWE phone number from 2000 was removed. So, what do you think of that?
I mean, I don't know why they would give it to Bruce Pritchard of all people. Like, goddamn.
Yeah.
They could have at least given it to someone like, Nick Khan or, Triple H or Paul Heyman. Like, Bruce Pritchard? Seriously?
Yeah.
You went with Bruce Pritchard.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just feel like nothing's ever going to change in this company if they keep doing it like that. Because let's be honest, Bruce Pritchard is the same exact guy as Johnny Ace. So.
Yeah.
That's what I have to say about it.
And we got more of Vince McMahon. Regarding, he made his appearance on Raw last night, on Raw Monday, so that's surprising. So it's not. I don't think the Vince McMahon situation is not going to get handled. Now we have heard there are going to be 2 more lawsuits based on the scandal Vince McMahon scandal from law firms. So it's going to get worse for WWE.
Yeah, this is getting bad with WWE. I mean, Mr. McMahon's in a tough
Situation.
situation right now, and it's not going good. I personally feel like WWE needs to calm down. I personally think that Vince McMahon needs to stop having affairs with people and paying them hush money. I personally think that Vince McMahon needs to stop a lot of things.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, this is going too far, Vince. Why?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
what is your thoughts on this?
My thoughts that I don't know why WWE wants to continue with Vince McMahon appear on Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and they need to realize that they need to deal with the situation. You have Vince taken down, but he's still a part of creative. WWE needs to worry about what's going to happen when more lawsuits come forward and more people coming forward because of hush money, and there's still investigations pending there. I know what's going to happen in WWE if it goes down badly.
Yeah, this is a tough rot that's happening right now of WWE. I mean, is there any other companies that have ever had something like this go down this bad? I mean, maybe back in the old day, but I mean, WWE. Is this the first time ever Vince McMahon's been investigated like this?
This is new events, so it's usual events, but this is crazy. What I can get for hope this situation will calm down, that he apologizes, steps down
Hold
career.
on, real quick. I don't think Vince McMahon is ever going to apologize to anyone ever, because it's Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
God damn, pal! I did nothing wrong. Anyways, though, Vince, if you're listening to this, I hope you are. Please stop, please just stop what you're doing every day. Just step down to CEO, give it to Stephanie completely, give it to Nick Khan so that Triple H and Paul Heyman can become head of talent relations, just like that.
Yeah. But who knows with Nick Khan? Like, would Nick Khan would basically give the creative to Triple H and Paul Heyman? What if Nick Khan decided to like secretly sell the company and have some new guy run creative, meanwhile instead of Triple H and Paul Heyman? Just to mess with Triple H. Imagine Nick Khan conning Triple H out of creative.
True. Oh, other news I wanted to bring up. Triple H says he's back at NXT now. What is your thoughts on this?
Well, I'm not surprised he's finally back. He's gonna try to fix NXT. It's damaged good beyond damaged good. 2.0 is gonna stay. So Triple H is gonna have to work what he got and try to build from there, and hopes to build something from there.
Yeah, because NXT 2.0 needs help badly. But
yeah.
What other news do we have today?
But there's more news, but anyway, we'll be back. We will do Rampage. So
Yep.
All right. Hey.
Sorry it took so long.
That's okay.
Anyways, though,
Let's review Rampage. Yeah, Rampage. Let's review Rampage. All right, here's a Rampage card. All right, we got Hook versus DCK, Andrade Elito versus Rey Fenix, Serena Deeb and Mercedes Martinez versus Lady Luck and Saraya, Cash Wheeler versus Jack Cobb. So, what do you think of the matches? And let's start with Hook. Let's start with Andrade versus Rey Fenix. This was a good matchup. Andrade got the victory with the debuting Roosh. What do you think about the whole match?
Of course, Andrade, Phoenix, Penta all can't work Forbidden Door because of reasons. And knowing that they couldn't wrestle Forbidden Door, Andrade and Phoenix, they went out there and had a classic. I mean, it was a really good match.
Yeah.
I love that Roosh is debuting. I feel like Roosh being in AEW is a really good thing. And yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes from here with Andrade and Roosh.
Yeah, okay. All right, let's go to another one. We have it was Hook versus the DCK.
This match was, it was another Hook squash match. Hook getting over more as a significant badass who can just kick anyone's ass every time. But anyway, though, it was a good match for what it was. Hook gets the win. They're pushing Hookhausen even more. I'm excited to see where Hook goes from here.
Yeah, okay. We have now the Soria D and Mercedes Martinez, Miscellaneous Luck, and Soria. Soria D and Martinez won with submission victories. What do you think of the whole match?
Again, this one was another squash match to get over the two ladies here. I really love this match. I love Serena Deeb's type of wrestling, and I there's something about Mercedes Martinez that's just so good in the ring, but I can't quite figure out what it is. But anyways, though, yeah, it was a good match.
All right. So we got the main event: Cash Wheeler versus Jeff Cobb.
Now this was a good match. This is, as you guys know, Dex Harwood's been wrestling a lot in singles matches this year. Cash Wheeler wrestling, this is just to show you how good Cash Wheeler can be as well. I mean, what a great match this was. And the ending of Rampage is everyone fighting in the background. I really love that. But yeah, it was a really good show.
All right, let's get to the news. And one more thing, Rampage was a good go home show for AEW's Forbidden Door.
Yep.
Now we go to the news. AEW is reporting attempt to secure Emmy Award nomination. According to Meltzer, in the latest Wrestler Observer newsletter, AEW is shooting for Emmy Award nomination for Dynamite under the Outstanding Structured Reality Program category. Meltzer would, however, attempt negotiations with, and it won't happen, in the report. In the previous years, WWE attempted to secure Emmy nomination in this category for Raw, but no avail. They did not attempt to do so this year. Meltzer added, last year, Queer Eye won the Emmy for Outstanding Structured Reality Program, edging out nominations such as Antiques Roadshow, Property Brothers Forever Home, while Running Wild with Bear Grylls and Shark Tank. In 2014, the Outstanding Reality Program was separated into two categories: Outstanding Unstructured Reality Program and Outstanding Structured Reality Program. While the latter is defined as constant reality shows that contain consistent story elements and mostly adhere to a recurring structure element, the unstructured category highlights a more spontaneous variant of reality programming with story elements driven by actions of characters and lacking structured template. So earlier this month, we all know, New York Times reported that Warner Brothers Discovery, whatever, executive Louis Sibler-Wasser wants the company to be a major player in the sports media area, especially with what WBD plans to eventually halt productions and develop a future scripted content. One would hope that AEW's future is the part of WBD plans in the sports segment, as the pro wrestling promotion was completely left out of his list of scripted programming in a Variety report detailing the roadmap of WBD programming. Furthermore, AEW received a little more than passively mentioned during the Warner Bros. Upfront presentation in May. In live report, it remains to see if WBD has initially classified AEW under a non-scripted programming category. So what do you think of this?
I mean, I don't know how I feel. It's good and it's also bad at the same time. I guess it could work out for AEW in the end, but I don't know. I feel like, I just feel like AEW, I just don't see them having that. Oh, it's weird. It's so weird. I want to know your thoughts on it.
Well, honestly, it's basically like, I don't know what AEW and whatever is Discovery is remains to be seen, but apparently from that Las Vegas show and that party, it's going good between the Warner Brothers Discovery and AEW, so it's pretty good.
I mean, yeah, I just don't know about the future. I'm excited for the future. I'm excited to see what AEW does. I'm just saying, I don't. It always happens that when this happens with a company like WWE and Peacock. I was like, oh my god, what's the future of WWE? So it's kind of like it's kind of like that. I feel like it's good, but it also you never know what can happen. But I trust AEW.
All right. Here's the other news. Jim Ross hits that travel has become an issue for him. The AEW commentator Jim Ross had admitted that he's currently having some difficulties traveling due to health issues right now. We got a during recent Ask JR live episode on adfreeshows.com. JR admitted he's uncertain whether or not he'll be appearing at upcoming StarCast V events, festivals. The event will be taking place in Nashville over WWE SummerSlam weekend with several major events already been announced for it. There have been numerous panels taking place with the likes of Johnny Gargano, Bret Hart, and a major reunion where Ric Flair joins the Four Horsemen for a panel. There will be the roast of Ric Flair, which will see celebrities and wrestlers mock his career, which will also compete in his final match. JR is someone who's confirmed to be appearing at the event as of yet, but he did reveal he got an invite in here. Conrad Thompson has been talking about the event for a long time, but he's able to. Ross is planning to make an appearance. My foot swells so bad on airplanes, and the pain is so little unbearable. Today was a horrible day, he said, because I was in the airplane so damn long. The pressure of the cameo stuff, just a bunch of rigmarole. It's going to be great. It'll be a hell of an event. It's to go watch and just no note yet. JR dealt with issues over past year. WWE Hall of Fame confirmed a skin diagnosis back in October. I let him talk some time away from AEW Dynamite in order to undergo treatment. Thankfully, back in December, Ross provided positive news that he was cast a Freak, which is saw him return to his role on television on a weekly basis. So, what do you think of this?
I'm gonna be honest with Jim Ross. I'm gonna be completely honest. I feel like with him, it's been so long that he's been on commentary and all these health issues keep happening to him that I feel like he needs to calm down on the commentary soon. Because, I mean, how old is he? He's like, 75?
Probably, I think.
Yeah. I honestly think he needs to stop commentating soon because all these health issues, he just needs to calm down, get these health issues taken care of, then maybe, just maybe come back to commentary. Just maybe.
Okay.
But for right now, he needs to calm down a little
Okay.
bit on commentary.
Yeah. All right. Now we got the backstage news on who appointed Stephanie McMahon, WWE interim CEO and chairwoman. The decision was to name Stephanie McMahon as the WWE interim CEO and chairwoman was reportedly made by a special committee comprised of 8 members of the WWE board of directors. According to Dave Meltzer, the latest Wrestling Observer newsletter, the 4 board members who were not involved in the decision-making process were Stephanie, Nick Khan, Vince McMahon, Triple H, Paul Levesque. Port added, although it was Vince's decision to step down for his corporate duties, he recused himself in the process of naming his interim successor. The 8 board members who elected Stephen are Steve Kuhn, the CEO of Atlanta Hawks, and State Farm Atlanta Arena in Atlanta. Ignace Laho, the CEO of Mahajan El Futam. Erica Narda, the CEO of Barstool Sports. Steve Parnham, the president of Veracruz. Connor Stroll and founder and CEO of Words Plus Pictures. Jeffrey Speed, the former executive vice president and CFO of Six Flags Inc., and Alan Wexler, the senior vice president of innovations and growth for General Motors. Shortly after Stephanie took a leave of absence last month, most reported that certain high-ups in the WWE wanted to bury her on her way out, echoing a report from Business Week, which noted that several ranked officials felt that the company was underperforming in their ad review with Stephanie as chief brand officer. The report also claimed that it was not Stephanie's idea to leave, but it was Vince who made the decision for her to step away, citing the lack of new sponsorship under her watch. Interestingly enough, Meltzer reported Friday that none of the 8 board members who put Stephanie in power were involved in the process of burying her behind the scenes, which indicates they are firm supporters of Stephanie. And apparently, according to Fight Select, add to that, a lot of times backstage are late about Stephanie being put in charge. One star told publication that fucking rules that Stephanie's their boss, albeit in an interim capacity. Less than a week after Stephanie took over the reins, her husband, Triple H, returned to WWE Performance Center to assume his backstage responsibilities, which has stopped away from his character. At last event last year, upon return to WWE, Triple H's duties were reportedly drastically different from the prior to his absence. Early this week, however, Triple H effortlessly said, "I'm back," while Justin Thomas at WPC wouldn't take his back to the prior position at NXT. What do you think of this whole thing with Stephanie and Triple H returning?
I think Stephanie being chairwoman is actually really, really, really good for the company because I feel like with her being chairwoman, you have people like Triple H coming back, you have people like putting Paul Heyman in creative. It'll help the company out a lot, and I feel like Vince McMahon finally getting him the idea to finally step down for a little bit is actually helping the company tremendously. So I love them being back.
Yeah, it's pretty much good. It's pretty good. Mm-hmm. Now we go to another news. AEW is set for collaboration with Discovery Shark Week. AEW has a question about his relationship with new management of Warner Brothers Discovery. WB Discovery, the parent company of TBS TNT, recently merged, caused a lot of fans to worry about Tony Khan's promotion future on Turner Works. It seems like the relationship is very strong. Before the merger, there was some crossover between AEW and Warner Brothers. When the movie Godzilla vs. Kong launched, Bear Country wrestled best in the gimmick match to promote the film. Shaq wrestled in a match cross promote with NBA on TNT. Now Discovery is a part of WB family. Executives are hoping to bring in AEW to the fold for their popular Shark Week. In this week's edition of Wrestling Observer newsletter, Dave Meltzer dropped a tidbit that AEW have stars already filmed content for the crossover Shark Week. There is some sort of gimmick match planned. AEW will have a heavy involvement with Shark Week and Discovery. There are many promos that have already been filmed. They are planning on doing some kind of gimmick match that week related to it. It actually will be interesting to see what Warner Bros. Discovery and AEW's plan. Shark Week kicks off next month, July 24th. It is one of Discovery's longest running popular traditions. Tony Khan has been doing what he can to increase the appeal of AEW to a wider audience. Shark Week got a lot of viewers every year. It makes sense to participate if the opportunity is there. So, what do you think of the whole thing? You think Shark Week is good for AEW?
I think Shark Week is very good for AEW, and I have 4 words for everyone. Get pumped for this. This will be amazing. So I'm going to use those 4 words again. Get pumped for this. Thank you.
I get pumped for this. I got it now.
But I just think I actually think it's pretty good for the company though. But get pumped for this.
Yeah, let's talk about Shark Week. Like, you ever watch Shark Week before?
Yeah.
Oh, you did? I never like experienced Shark Week, honestly.
It's a pretty good show. I'm excited for AEW to be involved with it.
Yeah.
Anyways, though, what other news do we have?
We got Kenny Omega extremely satisfied with Forbidden Door card despite his absence. Kenny Omega's ring skills have brought him worldwide fan claims, tied the best machine. He did commentate on being absent for the Forbidden Door. He's not been seen on television following his match in Full Gear back in November. He had to take time to heal up from his injuries, took a toll on his body. Kenny Omega will not be competing in the upcoming AEW Japan Forbidden Door pay-per-view. If we heard from speaking with Sean Fightful, Omega says he's extremely satisfied with the event. I'm able to sit back, kind of watch with a smile on my face because it's always, I sort of hopeful I want to say Endgame. This is always a hopeful pit stop into the mission statement what AEW was about. Or it was. We always wanted to make wrestling a friendly place for everyone. Perhaps not all of us, but that was always one thing that was most important to me. He wanted to see a world where we could work friendly with New Japan. He was hoping there was something that happened on day one. Here we are. They are working with DDT Pro Wrestling. They're working with Tokyo Joshi. They're working with AAA. They're working with Ring of Honor. Now that Tony purchased Ring of Honor, they're working with all these entities promotions. They're helping those promotions. And Kenny Omega is happy. And it's good. And Kenny Omega says that is he there wear clothes near close to any ring return? Like, odds are that the comeback will be a big surprise. AEW can start using considering injuries they have on their roster right now. It remains to see the former AEW champion seen once again. And what do you think of that?
I personally think Kenny Omega is going to be commentating for most of the Forbidden Door show. That's just me, though.
Yeah.
I feel like you can't have Forbidden Door without him being there for something, you know. I mean, sure, he has much surgeries left. It doesn't have necessarily have to be wrestling, but he can be back for a commentary, maybe even a promo. Hell, he can come out and hug Jay White after he retains his title, just something like that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the Forbidden Door needs Kenny Omega for something.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree. Kenny Omega needs to be at the Forbidden Door pay-per-view tomorrow. All right. So we got Kenny Omega provides update on AEW Fight Forever, hopeful 2022 release. Yuki's hard work at the AEW first ever console video game. The game we call Fight Forever, first announced 2020. Since the updates have come sporadically in form of gameplay footage,
Fight
author editions.
forever.
Yeah,
Fight
okay.
forever.
I know. Kenny Omega provides an inside role in the development process, Yuke's progress, and potential release window. They talk about how great from a creative standpoint designs, the communication ideas, they are working together on this. Apparently they talk about the budget, they talk about the project doing well. They're pushing hard for the project. They're trying to get it finished by near the end of 2022 and hope it goes better. They have go-getters and they have Geta on their side and his own contacts that hopped on board is going to help us push us to the finish line. They're gonna hope to get a schedule, get this game out by this year. Hopefully, fingers crossed that Mega said. So, what do you think of this?
I think that Fight Forever is going to be it's going to be a very good video game. I feel like it might
Yeah,
have some bugs because it is AEW's first video game, but I feel like
yeah,
give it a couple years, and if they keep bringing out more and more games, it's going to be pretty good soon. And maybe they can even start a 2K or
yeah,
something like that. So it's pretty good.
yeah. They should. Like, I hope they. Now, there's more to. There's one more news. Apparently, Brett Lauder said that GCW is working on a subscription network wrestling talk with major players. So apparently, Brett Lauder is bringing GCW to a streaming platform. It's his goal this year to bring on get GCW to get more partnerships, to get more people subscriptions to watch GCW on a platform. It's pretty good. Honestly, it's a good idea because Fight TV is a little challenging, but I think
Agreed.
GCW needs to be on a bigger platform like
Yep,
Paramount Plus or HBO Warner Brothers Discovery. It would be good.
definitely.
Yeah,
I feel like GCW it's getting too big now to the point that it needs a streaming service.
yeah.
But what other news do you have?
Mm, that's about it. That's all I can.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well, I actually really enjoyed this week of wrestling. I loved AEW's Dynamite and Rampage. There's been a lot of news, a lot of injuries, a lot of stuff going on around the world, but just know that it'll all get better soon.
yeah. All right, this is AgostoAllElite podcast, episode 68.
And next
We'll,
week, hold on, wait, next week, get pumped for this.
yes, next week. Oh, and anyway, one more thing, we also have AgostoAllElite podcast extra where we do a AW Forbidden Door review. We'll
Oh
be
wow!
we'll be yeah, we'll be doing it. We'll be posted on a Monday or a Wednesday.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. We'll see you all next Saturday.
All right. Bye.